Gygulfur, origin of Gaia's Avenger. Before the world learned to fear fire and storm, there was only forest. Vast wilderness stretched beneath ancient skies, untouched by borders or names. Seasons moved in quiet cycles. Rivers carved their paths slowly through stone. Life followed rules written long before memory. And within that world, there was a wolf. Not a spirit, not a legend. A living creature of breath, instinct, and awareness. He was born beneath a cold northern moon, where survival demanded restraint as much as strength. From his earliest days, he watched more than he acted. Learned the forest, learned the wind, learned the limits of force. Other wolves followed him not because he was the largest, but because he understood balance. When to hunt, when to wait, when to protect, and when to yield. He became the leader of the greatest pack the region had ever known. The forest adjusted to their movement. Prey learned their rhythm. Rivals kept their distance. The land was stable. The world was whole. And someone was watching. Long before humans spoke the name Gaia, she existed as the living intelligence of the world itself. Not a ruler, not a queen. A presence woven into soil and root, wind and water, growth and decay. She did not walk the land as a goddess. She was the land. She felt imbalance before it became catastrophe. Storms that lingered too long. Fires that burned without renewal. The subtle strain of a world drifting from equilibrium. And she noticed the wolf. She watched him from the silence between trees. Not as prey, not as threat, but as recognition. He took only what was needed. He defended without cruelty. He understood that power without restraint led only to ruin. Their paths crossed many times without words. The wolf sensed something ancient when she was near. A stillness, a knowing. But he did not fear it. Time passed. Then the balance began to break. Storms refused to fade. Fire spread beyond its purpose. The land strained beneath forces that no longer obeyed their natural limits. Gaia felt it immediately. Correction was required. She did not create a weapon. She did not summon destruction. She returned to the wolf. This time, she did not merely observe. She showed him what he already sensed. The fractures forming beneath the world. The storms that would no longer end. The fire that would no longer cleanse, only consume. The wolf did not resist. He did not retreat. He understood. He had guarded his pack all his life. Now the pack was the world itself. The oath did not need language. When he accepted, the forest fell silent. Lightning did not strike him by chance. It answered something older than thunder. Fire did not consume him. It fused with him. Stone rose to meet bone. Storm wrapped itself into muscle and breath. His body changed. His eyes did not. The wolf remained. When the storm passed, something new stood where he had been. Not a god, not a monster, an avenger. But Gygulfur did not walk the world as fire incarnate. Most of the time, he moved unseen. His obsidian form blended with night and forest. Fire sealed beneath volcanic skin, eyes glowing softly in shadow. He watched. He listened. He judged. This was his true state. He did not seek conflict. He waited for imbalance to demand it. Only when the world tipped too far did he ascend. When storms refused correction. When fire devoured without purpose. When the land itself cried out. Then Gygulfur no longer hid. Fire cracked the ground beneath his steps. Lightning bent toward his presence. The storm did not follow him. It was born from him. This was not rage. It was judgment. And when balance was restored, he withdrew once more into the shadows. Gaia did not remain. Her role was complete. She faded back into forest and light, into the quiet harmony that exists only when correction succeeds. She did not need to watch him again. And now, years later, Gygulfur walks still, not as a legend, not as a myth, but as a consequence. When the forests fall silent, when the storms refuse to end, when fire forgets its purpose, the Avenger rises, and the world remembers balance. Thanks for watching. This is Cryptic Sense.